Zara Larsson, fresh from Kelly Clarkson,
Yay!
which performed Wow with Sabrina Carpenter. And before we get to that, though, how have you been adjusting to this new way that you have to get your music out there? I mean, you're used to touring across the world
Yes, I
and
love it.
right, and being in front of the fans and being in front of, being
Mhm.
on TV shows and radio studios, and you're doing all of this from home. How is that? How is it adjusting?
It's been okay, it works. I think it really, really works. But one thing is that I really miss the crowd. Like, I just really miss performing live on tour, just seeing people's reactions to what you're performing. It's just such a huge part of the whole thing. So I'm missing that so much. But still, it's amazing, what we can do. I mean, life goes on, and I've been having a lot of Zoom interviews, like sitting here with you now. Of course, it would be better in person, but it works.
Of course.
And sometimes when you perform, it could allow you to be a little bit more creative because you are a bit more free in a
Sure.
way. Because it's like you don't have the crowd, so well, let's do something else.
Yeah.
But it's been all right, It's been all right. I kind of just hate the uncertainty of the whole thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
but we're holding on.
Yeah.
Holding
Fingers
on.
crossed that by the end of the year, magically, not that all of this goes away, but that we're in a better place to be with each other and to be around other people.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm lucky enough to be living in Sweden, where we just what corona, like what? Like, no
Too
one's doing
lucky.
anything here. Like, no masks, no curfews, no lockdowns, no quarantines, like nothing.
Oh no.
And people are like, it's people are good now, I think. We
Right.
want a different way, but we're also a very small country, and we have, like, that couldn't happen like
Right.
the
Of
big
course.
country like America, you know what I'm saying? But it's at least, I can be able to go out on the street. I can go into a restaurant. I can go into, like,
Right.
whenever I have, but even so, it still is a bit isolating. So I'm really happy that I live with my sister, at least, and, like,
Oh, awesome.
family. Yeah.
Good stuff. Is your sister a part of your team in the sense that, like, does she help you with, the music business, or nothing, or not
Mm,
involved?
she's in music, though. She's amazingly talented. She's a great writer,
Okay.
and she's a fantastic singer, but she's so not pop. Like, she's like, you do that, and I'm gonna be a bit like, a little neo soul situation. Like,
Good stuff.
it's her and her best friend. They have a band called Lennox, so they're really doing their own thing, very independent, like, super. They have a vision. I'm such a big fan of them. But yeah, none of my family is really musical. My mom and my dad, they're very, very helpful with everything, like, surrounding it, but not like a momager or anything. I don't know if that will work. We would just go head to
Yeah,
head.
you guys would clash.
You just support, which I appreciate. You guys
Right.
do, yeah.
Good stuff. Now, we can spend a lot of time talking about how weird 2020 has been, but it seems like for you, especially the past couple of months, you've been able to really stay busy. Was there a point during this pandemic where you were like, listen, I can't be in the house all day. I have to get out, get this album out, and get to work. Was there a point that you made that decision?
Yeah, I think, making this album has been a ride, because I've been doing this for such a long time now. And I always think, like, it's easy to look back at things and say, oh, I could have done this and this and that.
Right.
But when you're in a situation, you're just in it right now. So yeah, of course, I have so many good songs, but I just never felt like it was the right moment, or that it was perfect to the point where I was happy to release it. But I always like to be in the studio and write songs I feel like I have 4 albums just, like, ready to
Yeah.
go in a way.
Yeah.
It's really the hardest part has really been to, like, killing my babies in a way, like picking out
Right.
the
Right.
songs that are gonna be released and all that. But I'm super happy and I'm super proud. And at one point, I feel like this summer, I'm like, I'm not trying to do a lot of sessions, because that will just make me rethink the whole thing
Right.
again.
Right.
And then I'll be like, no, let's start over. you know?
And your label's gonna be like, listen, you don't have this much time to be putting out another album.
Right,
Like, we need
right. They're
something
like, hello.
right.
And so is my fans. It's been
Right.
3 years now. but I'm so happy and lucky that people are still out here waiting.
Yeah.
And I have been releasing some songs, but
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited to be giving like the full project out. And I hope people will love it just as much as I do, because I feel like it's fun, it's strong, and like when I do pop, I talked to my friend about this the other day, and he was like, you know, what's your message? Like, what do you want to say to people? And I just think, you know, listen, especially pop music,
Yeah.
it's kind of a form of escapism in a way. And
Absolutely.
it's like, it's equally important to, you know, whatever deep stuff you want to talk about, which could be like, I love the crying on the dance floor situations where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a vibe. And then you listen to
Right.
the lyrics and it's like, oh, wait, this is actually kind of like
It, yeah,
heartfelt.
this
Or
hits me a little hard. Yeah.
no, but even like going out, just dancing on the dance floor, that's such an important part of life. Like having fun.
Absolutely.
I know me growing up, I was standing in front of the mirror, like pretending to be someone else or pretending I
Yeah.
were someone else. I was like, la, la, la. Like I was just, you're in your own world. And that's when you feel the
I
best.
love it.
And I think that's my message. Like, I just want people to feel good or feel good.
Yeah. Who are
I
you
think,
imitate? Who are you imitating when you were practicing singing in
yeah,
the mirror? Of course. Of course. You're a big Beyonce fan. I love it. Have you had a chance to meet her?
yes.
Oh,
And she was a dream. She
oh,
was
I can only imagine.
everything I wanted her to be. Sometimes
Really?
if you don't meet your idols,
Right.
she like exceeded and all my expectations. Sorry, she she
You're
exceeded all
busy.
my expectations. She was just like I just couldn't ask for. I just could not ask for more.
Oh,
Like
that's amazing.
she looks perfect. I'm like, ew, how are you this perfect?
Just as great in person as in pictures, right? Ah,
Beautiful, smelled good. It was after a show, no pores, hair
oh,
was perfect. She was so sweet. I feel like it's a person who like took her time. And that's very inspiring, especially an artist who is that big, you know.
right.
They don't actually have to do that. They don't have to meet like
At
me.
all.
But
Right.
I was emailing Sony like 6 months before the show. I was like, "Hi, it's me again. I just want to know if you can sort out like." I was
You're like,
on
I'm not
them.
putting out another song until I get to meet Beyonce. Like that's you're holding them ransom.
Yeah, right.
That's
Maybe that's
great.
what I should do. Maybe that's what I should do. I should just be
Right.
Beyonce and then I'll release the album
That's
again.
it. You have this song with Sabrina Carpenter that she's on the remix to Wow. But let's rewind a second because I understand that the song was a part of a commercial a
Mhm.
while ago, right?
Yes,
But I also found out that no one, you didn't know ahead of time that the song was going to be in the Netflix movie. What?
I didn't know. No one
How did
told
no
me.
one tell? Like, how did the song end up in this big Netflix movie with Sabrina Carpenter, and no one said maybe we should text Zara and say, hey, your song is going to be featured. You might get a lot of mentions.
So you know what? Maybe they did tell me at one point. I just forgot. Sometimes I don't know how my brain works. But it definitely happened. We gotta sort out the communication. Maybe I've definitely been in a situation like years back when my label like texted me like, "Hey, like your song's been out for 2 days. Maybe you should post about it." I'm like, "What?" Lush Life. That's what happened with Lush Life. They're like, it's out. I was like,
Right.
excuse me. But yeah, no, it's not that. At least I know when things are dropping now. But I didn't know it was gonna be in that movie. And it was a really, really nice surprise. And I trust the sync team at Epic,
Yeah.
you know, but it was amazing, especially in that scene. I just feel like it's such a beautiful scene.
Yeah.
My favorite scene, not biased.
Yes, you are.
In the movie, maybe a little bit, but it was just like, wow, you know, the kissing scene. I thought it was beautiful and so fun. It is a really fun song. It's a little bit more EDM than I usually do, but also Marshmello produced it, which is
Yeah.
super cool,
It's amazing.
and definitely in that dance world. And it's so fun to perform. It's really like energetic,
Yeah.
and I thought it looked amazing on screen. It
How
really
did
worked.
Sabrina get to be a part of it? Like, how did that happen? Did you slide in her DMs? Was it a label connection? How did that work?
Yeah, I've always been a big fan of her, like not only as an artist and an actress, but as a person. I think she's lovely, and we met like just briefly a few times. I've always loved her energy,
Right.
and I think I don't really know exactly who reached out, but I said, yeah, it would be amazing to do a remix with her, because it also makes sense, you
Yeah,
know, from the movie, and like I just feel like it's
it
perfect, and she
works.
was super down with it. And yeah, she's been a real sweetheart. Like, we've talked on the phone, like texted and stuff, and I'm just like, thank you so much for doing this. I really
Oh, that's
appreciate it.
awesome.
So I can't wait for me to like be able to go to LA and we can hang out
Yeah.
and be best friends.
Yeah.
That, no, I feel like that would be fun. She's
It-
just has an amazing voice, and she sounds so good on the track. And she was really excited to be part of it too, which was amazing for me because
Absolutely.
it was just genuine and it felt authentic.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it sounds amazing. And I was watching the video, and I'm getting Christina Aguilera vibes from you with the bangs, and like I was looking at it, I was like, is this Christine? Like, who is this? You know, like
I
obviously I
know,
know it's
who
you.
is she? I don't know. I just wanted a new look. I've never tried anything like that.
You look
And I thought it would
amazing.
be, thank you. I thought it would be really fun. I've wanted to cut bangs for the longest time. And
Of
it's a wig, so you could just do whatever you want with it.
course.
Then, you know, pop it off or pop it on if you like it. But I think I'm a I'm experiment a bit more with my looks and that,
Sure.
because it's just fun. And I have like my sense of style is very like, if I had the time or the energy in the day, I will like dress up as like a punk Sailor Moon. That's like
Really?
where my heart lies. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
I just don't have the energy for it, so this is just what I like up with.
Maybe when you go back out on tour, that can be one of
No,
the outfits.
totally. I just want to experiment a bit more because it's fun and it's expressive, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. I love it. I love seeing other people too, just with their makeup or with their clothes. And I feel like music and fashion just go so well hand in hand. And you can really just, yeah, do whatever you want. Maybe like the bang or whatever could be like, you know, then when you will always remember it from that song or from that era, like that was the look for that. You know, I just think it's, yeah, it's fun.
It works. Yeah. Speaking of a punk Sailor Moon, have you thought about what you're going to do for Halloween? Are you going to celebrate? What are you
Ooh.
going to? I said Sailor Moon would be a pretty dope idea.
It would be, right? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Actually, now when you speak about it, I I should just really call all my friends and see what they're up to on
Yeah.
Halloween.
I hear a party. It's going to be on a Saturday.
Oh, even.
Yeah.
Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop.
Yeah.
Well,
So
let's go. What are you gonna be?
I'm not sure yet, but I don't
I
know.
feel like I'm always last minute. I always take whatever I have home. I have huge, grandiose plans, and then I just scrabble like whatever I have, and I'm like, I'm a cat, and
Right.
like stuff.
The procrastination really stops us from being great. It's like, hey, I want to do this, this, and that, and have a whole group photo thing, and then the
Yeah.
day comes and it's like,
Ooh, that's
yeah,
cute. That's cute when the whole gang dresses up as
yes,
like,
that is
yeah.
amazing. That's amazing. I have one more thing, or a couple more things rather.
Mhm.
You mentioned your relationship with your fans and how much you miss them. And one of the things I saw on social media that I thought was amazing, you were sending fans balloons of wow. And I just and like they just seemed so surprised. Like
Yeah,
it just seemed like it was a smart way for you to connect with your fans
it's
and the
nice
people who
because
support
it's
your
so
music.
easy.
Yeah,
It's
right.
easy, and like I think, you know, I'll be really happy if I got some surprise balloons sent to me
From Beyonce.
from. I would die. I would fall down on the floor and be in ER. But you know, from whoever,
Sure.
honestly, it's just such a nice thing. And I think, yeah, and it's easy. And I just really want to show people, especially my fans, that I really appreciate them, and everything that they do. It just doesn't go unnoticed. I wish I could send literally every single one
Yeah,
balloons and flowers and hugs and kisses. Um, but you know, more things are coming.
absolutely.
So yeah,
Include the album,
yeah,
Poster
definitely.
Girls. So are we getting it before the end of the year?
You know what? I have always said, yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. It might have been pushed. I'm so sorry. I literally want to cry.
Oh,
No, it's I just feel like I shouldn't speak on shit until I know the exact date.
Right.
So I think wow kind of threw us off
Sure.
in a good way,
Yeah.
but we just did not plan this at all. And I feel like that's when the most fun things are happening sometimes, when they're just unplanned. Like that's especially in the music industry.
Sure.
It just goes, you just got to go with the flow because you
Yeah.
never really know what's going to happen. And that's what I've been doing with most of my songs. I just release them because I love them, and then you never know if it's going to take off or when it's going to take off. So when this happened, we just really didn't expect it to, and I'm super happy it did. But we'll see. It is definitely coming together though, and it's not going to be like in a long time. I
Okay.
promise.
Are you still working on songs for it?
No.
Okay.
We are like done.
Done.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so Poster Girls, and I hope you don't change the title, or maybe you will, because you just might.
You never know, honestly.
Never know.
But it's cute.
Yes.
It's really fun, and there's some really good songs on there. I'm excited for.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait to hear this album. I have one more question for you. So, what's something that you've learned or done this year that you think you're going to take over to next year, 2021? And maybe what's something that you're like, that was a bad habit. I'm leaving that in 2020. Do you have any of those?
I
You're trying to think if you can say it?
I just stopped smoking weed. I don't know if I can say that, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I've been like way more. I've been thinking about like just like even going to the gym, which is like the easiest thing. And it just makes me, not necessarily because, I want to get like some sort of figure, but just like what's good for me mentally.
Yeah.
Because when everything stops, then you're forced to just be with yourself in a way.
Be reflective. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, I know this, and I've been knowing this for a long time, but like, I don't feel good when I go to bed at 5 a.m. And I don't know why I keep doing it.
Yeah.
I think instilling like routines make me feel really, really good. And I think even just being on tour, even if it's still some sort of routine, you know, you have a show this time, you have lunch this time. And now when I'm just floating around, I've also realized I'm very dependent on people. I'm very dependent on my manager.
Yeah.
I'm dependent on like, and I think also me growing up, like to be a young woman, I'm like, I kind of have to know some shit myself, or just feel like I'm in control of things.
Correct.
So I've definitely taken a bit more control over a lot of situations where I felt like I was just, floating around a bit.
Yeah. And letting other people kind of control you and move you around.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I love that. I love when people tell me like, you're going to wake up this time and you're going to go here. But I still want to know like a week in advance what I'm doing, and just put myself into, because I'm also one of those people who are like, I want everything to be perfect, or I just don't care about it at all. Yeah. So I think just inserting yourself in everything is also making me feel good, and it's making me feel like, even down to the songwriting parts, when I write my own songs, I just feel better performing them because it's my truth in a way. Yeah. So I think just like being in control over my life a bit more, and knowing what I feel good about and what I don't feel good about, definitely, sparked a little something.
That's amazing. And it's great that it didn't take forever for you to learn that lesson of control.
It probably will. This is just like what I'm realizing. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it.
Like, it sounds good for this interview. It sounds good for this interview, but it might.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely know what you're saying. Well, Zara, thank you so much for taking the time out. I cannot wait to hear Poster Girls. All of the songs that you've released so far have been amazing. Wow, out now with Sabrina Carpenter, and I can't wait for more music from you. I can't wait.
Yeah, me too.